What's going on, everyone? So, we are in October, and Scream 7 has officially begun its marketing campaign. We got this image directly from the Scream Twitter, and this, I'm assuming, is probably the title card. At least it's the first image that was sent from Scream 7. There were rumors about another image I'll show later that is supposed to be the title card image, but this appears to be at least directly from the Scream itself, the image that is going to be used, I imagine, on various posters and potentially the title card. And it's simple, straightforward. They're using seven, the number seven, rather than the Roman numerals, which is something to kind of keep in mind. Because I still see a lot of talk and things like that about the Roman numerals. No, we got the actual number, and then you got kind of the knife slash through, but it's kind of like, it's not like a clean cut like it has been on other images, other kind of posters and Scream titles. Like, this is kind of more like jagged, I guess. Not as clean cut. I wonder if there's something to that, if that's something to kind of keep in mind. Scream loves to throw little hidden gems and whatnot into its marketing and posters and all that stuff. And, there's a lot of talk about this month. They're really supposed to start gearing up and ramping up the marketing campaigns. Obviously, we got like the Reese's little advertisement and stuff. There's a lot of speculation about the trailer, the Scream 7 trailer, and when we're going to officially get that. Still no official date or time, but the expectation is that it will be this month, which, closer to the end of this month makes more sense as far as the timeline. Film coming out in February kind of gives you, 4 or 5 months before the actual film itself comes out. Also, Scream 96 is going to be shown in theaters, so it would make sense to kind of have the trailer attached to that. We've seen all kinds of rumors on like, oh, it's going to be attached to this movie or that movie or whatever. Always take that stuff with a grain of salt. Like I said, I mean, we've heard The Conjuring to, the Long Walk or whatever, that recent movie that's came out. All these, I've heard all kinds of like people just kind of throwing out, oh, maybe this, maybe it's this, maybe it's this, maybe it's this. And it's like, let's just let it happen. It'll come. And when it does come, it'll be great. We'll probably get it online before it actually goes into theaters, right? You'll probably get, or it'll be one of those things where it's like simultaneous at the same time, right? So you'll get the, whatever movie it's attached to, but you also get it online immediately. And usually we get a real announcement like a day or two before, right? Usually you'll get like, oh, hey, trailer's coming out this Tuesday type thing, and kind of gives us an idea. Okay, now we need to prepare. Now we got to get ready for that. I just, obviously I want the trailer. I want them to make sure that they do right by the trailer too. That's important, right? Like, I don't need things spoiled. I don't need things ruined. I don't want to see anything where, like the Scream 5 trailer basically revealed who the killers were. It's like, okay, Sam's not stabbing her boyfriend, Richie, unless he's the killer, or she is. Are they going to do another Jill thing? So one of those two are the killers, and it's probably Richie, right? Amber, Sydney and Gail didn't light her on fire, so unless she's the killer, right? So either, we're missing context to this, or Amber's the killer, right? Like things like that. And, I've talked about in the past, like, yes, the Ghostface reveal and the mystery surrounding Ghostface, all that stuff is important. But if you've watched enough of these films, you can most of the time kind of narrow it down, right? Like, most of us know, okay, it's going to be one of these, like, 4 characters. And if there's at least 2, you have basically, a 40% chance of getting it right. If there's 3, then you have, like a 70% chance or whatever it is. So, to me, I think it's something that, like, again, give me the trailer, but make sure you do it properly. Make sure it's done in a correct manner to where you're not ruining or spoiling or, causing any issues with, with, those of us that are watching it and are excited for the movie to spoil it. I'd prefer just like a little small, straightforward, like, even like a character announcement, like here are all the characters, right? And then have like Ghostface slashing through the screen at the end of every character. It's just like a little teaser, right? But I imagine we're going to get little teasers. We're going to get little posters, easy marketing stuff that we saw with Scream 5 and Scream 6. But I've talked about, I'd like to see them kind of get closer to Scream 5's marketing. I don't think they have to go as hard as they did in Scream 5, but I do think that it wouldn't hurt, especially with now moving off of Sam and Tara and moving back into Sydney and Gail more and her daughter and stuff. I just think you should kind of, use that as a strategy. We'll see what they do with Stu. There's like rumors about like Stu in the marketing and stuff like that. So I'll be curious to see how this kind of plays out. But, so far we haven't had any like confirmation or anything, because like the title card, like I said, is the one that I showed you earlier. There's a lot about like Stu's house and it being burnt down, and Stu appears to be kind of like a prominent fixture in this upcoming film. Whether he's actually alive or not, it was yet to be seen. We'll see how this actually plays out. I hope that they don't keep him alive or bring him back, but we'll kind of see how all of this takes shape and how this plays out. But there is the potential that he is alive. Appears to be a big part of the marketing or the film coming up. So I imagine he would be a part of the marketing. But so far, no real signs of the like the Stu house that is being rumored in this upcoming Scream film. And then lastly is this image that you should see on screen, which is like a flaming 7. That image is what was rumored for the last month to be the official title card, like that this was going to be how this goes. Now, maybe, here's the thing, and this is why I said earlier that maybe the one that we got officially from Scream might not be the official title card, because they might want to save this for post-trailer, right? Maybe we see Stu's house, on fire in the trailer or something like that, and then, that kind of, and then you'll get this official. Like, I could see this being a part of the actual trailer itself, where this is just, again, it's just a simple hype. Like, oh, here's the title card. Like, here's it, and all of us, myself and everyone else in this space, are all, making videos and talking about it and showing how excited we are. And, it adds excitement to you. It just spreads news and awareness, and they get the free marketing and whatnot. So we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, even this image, the Stu thing, all those, like, it's all rumor. Everything's rumor until it's proven, until it actually officially comes out. We get the information and the details. So, always, like I always say, take everything with a grain of salt. I like to talk and dive into, because it's a fan channel. We're having fun. We're just, diving into conversations, but keep in mind that, everything is a grain of salt until we actually get the official confirmation. But we'll see how this all plays out. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. What do you think? How do you feel? You excited that we're, inching closer and closer? I mean, hey, we're in spooky season, right? So if now is as good a time as any if you're going to do this. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. It's me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel. What are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.